Hey, what's up soldiers? My name is GregFPS, the Zombies Extraordinaire, and welcome back to another Call of Duty Zombies Top 5. Today we have a request from GigaPlayerX who asked me to do the top 5 loading screens in Call of Duty Zombies. They got a lot of upvotes on a few different videos, so thank you for letting me know, dude. And it seems like a lot of you guys wanted this one. So before I get into it, I just want to explain a little bit of what's going on. I decided to use the top 5 comic book loading screens. Now, since Black Ops 1, Treyarch has been making them look kind of like comic books, so I decided to use only those. So that excludes all the Black Ops 3 ones because they're more of like drawings and they came out in like posters and stuff, but they cut off part of it, so I don't think they really look as good as some of the classic ones from like Black Ops 1 and 2. So these are going to be the top 5 comic book loading screens, and I'm not talking about the Zombies comic either because those loading screens are altered a little bit. Now before we get into the video, if you guys do enjoy, make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications. That would be greatly appreciated. And also, if you want to check out GigaPlayer, I will link his channel down below. So without further ado guys, let's get right into the list. Real quick before we get into it, just so you guys know, I added some brightness and vibrance to all of the loading screens, so in case you're wondering why they look so damn good, that's why. Just keep that in mind throughout the video. Coming in at the number 5 spot is going to be the buried loading screen from Black Ops 2. Now this one has 5 different really cool looking pictures, so we're just going to go through them really quick. Starting on the left hand side towards the top, we have a witch that is in the courthouse and kind of a purplish like wisp wind color going on with it, which looks really cool. Now there's blood splatter like all over the comic, which adds a little bit more to the overall loading screen as well, so keep that in mind. Below that we have the witch's house, and we can see that it's literally like being destroyed a little bit towards the top from the rocks because it is in like a cave area, which is really cool. Then on the top right we have the crew, which is shooting and killing a bunch of zombies. They all have guns and things like that. Now below that we have, on the left hand side, we have a big zombie, like a zoomed in picture. It has blue eyes and part of its face and like nose is like completely ripped off, which looks crazy and badass. And then to the right hand side we also have a bunch more zombies that all have blue eyes, some with hats like we see on Buried. So overall this one is super cool. I love the artwork throughout the entire thing, and this definitely deserved to be at the number 5 spot. Coming in at the number 4 spot is going to be the Call of the Dead loading screen. Now, the reason I like this one so much is because of how cool it looks with all the characters. They all have their own drawing and design. Danny Trejo, Michael Rooker, Robert Englund, and Sarah Michelle Gellar. Now, those look really cool. Not only that, but they're ripped a little bit on the edges to show Ascension on the left, and on the right Shangri-La. And also you can see George Romero in the blue area, which looks really cool. And I also like the writing, they crave your brain, and they're all shooting like Black Ops 1 guns, which looks really cool. You have the Treyarch symbol in the bottom left, which looks awesome. You have the zombie hand sticking up. The Call of the Dead writing looks so sick as well. So overall I really like this one, and like the muzzle flashes from the guns look so cool. The characters look awesome. This one definitely looks like more of a like classic comic book looking one, so I really like this one. So this one comes in at the number 4 spot. Coming in at the number 3 spot is going to be the Die Rise loading screen in Black Ops 2. So we know that the crew gets transported, so we can see that literally happening in the top right hand corner. It explains it a little more in the bottom right hand corner, where we can see that the crew has traveled all the way from transit, which is in Washington, all the way over to presumably Shanghai, China. So it's really cool to see that. In the bottom left we have the Earth that got destroyed from Moon with all the rockets that we sent off in the Big Bang Easter egg from Moon, but it seems like more pieces of the Earth are actually disappearing, which makes it look super cool. I really like that design and that picture overall. Like, all of these would make amazing thumbnails. And last but not least, in the top right hand corner we can see the big obelisk, or the big tower that we do have to activate for the Easter egg. We also see the dragon, which is kind of like one of the more noticeable things from Die Rise, and you also can see the different levels that are further behind the tower with zombies going through them. So overall, I think this one looks fantastic as well. They did such a good job with these in Black Ops 2. I love everything about the artwork. It just looks so damn awesome. So that comes in at the number 3 spot. Coming in at the number 2 spot is going to be the Shangri-La loading screen. Now this one is one large area, and it's really cool because you can see so many different things going on. You have the temples, you have the bridge going across, you also have the Black Sun logo at the bottom, like right above the Call of Duty thing, which we see from Origins with the Templar zombies. You have like electric shocks going down, you have like the moon in the background, and a lot of people think that this like shows Mars because it's a little more interesting. You also see the skull in the bottom right hand corner. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on in this one. You see the ferns and things like that, the growth all over the temples. It just looks really cool. There's a lot of stuff going on within this, so that one definitely to me deserves to be at the number 2 spot. It just looks so awesome. Everything going on is just crazy, and this one definitely deserved to be there. So awesome, and it comes in at the number 2 spot. All right, guys, big shocker to most of you guys. I actually put the Mob of the Dead loading screen at the honorable mention spot instead of number 1 because I don't think it's as good as some of the other ones that are colorful. But overall, Mob of the Dead is really cool because it's all drawings. It shows all the parts that you need for the plane to build Icarus. It shows afterlife symbols everywhere, the power switch, the power meters. A cat has 9 lives, find the portals, afterlife equals power. It looks really cool. The golden spork is there, and we also have the infamous ADGFX cipher, which no one has solved at all, which is pretty interesting. And also on the right hand side, we have the Wall Street in panic as the stocks crash on October 17th, 1917, which is many years before Mob of the Dead actually takes place. So this is definitely one of the really cool looking comic book things just from all the drawings, and I really like this one overall, but it deserves to come in the honorable mention spot just because it's not really too colorful. Like there's a little bit of blue here and there, but that's really about it. And also, I forgot to mention, there are like blood fingers on the right hand side, right under Alcatraz Island, San Francisco Bay, USA, Mob of the Dead. There's like fingers that have blood on them, which is really cool. Now this looks like a comic that maybe the Weasel drew himself, because we know that he was really into comics and he made like a few different comics, Icarus from Mars, I believe it was called, and things like that. So he was also the one that devised the escape plan. So this would make perfect sense for something that Weasel actually drew himself, which I think is awesome. So that comes in at the honorable mention spot. Coming in at the number 1 spot had to be the moon loading screen. This one has so many things on it and a lot of ads as well, which is really cool. We're going to start off on the right hand side though, and it says meanwhile, and you can kind of see like a satellite going around maybe, but you can also see the whole moon. You see the biodome there. You can see a little bit of the moon base as well, which looks awesome. Then below that we have astronauts or people in astronaut suits. There's one of them by like the pyramid, as you can see, and this is like before when they were actually making the moon base, I believe. And then to the right of that you have one of the famous excavators. Hopefully it's excavator Pi, so we can actually do the Easter egg. But on the left hand side, like I said, there are so many different like little ads. Ugly sounds, learn to draw, free $50,000 cash, brine shrimp, zombie comedy, $1, idle, use data tapes, gamma rays, the golden rod, speed cola, pack a punch, control panel, sensational, surprise monkey. I mean, there is so many things on this, and it looks really, really awesome. So that is going to end up being the top 5 comic book loading screens from Call of Duty Zombies. I really hope you guys did enjoy this video. This one was actually a lot of fun to put together because I had to actually go through all the comics and analyze which ones I thought were the coolest, which ones looked the best. Now, there were a couple really good ones from like the Black Ops or World at War maps that were brought into Black Ops 1. Those loading screens were all really cool, but I didn't think they were as cool as these ones, so just keep that in mind. Those are definitely awesome as well. I love everything about zombies, so all the loading screens are pretty cool, but I definitely think that these ones are the best overall. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys are new. That would be greatly appreciated. If you have any top 5 suggestions, you can comment them down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.